Have you ever wondered what it's like to be a bear? Bears are some of the coolest animals on Earth. In this video, we're going on an exciting adventure to learn all about bears. Bears are big, strong, and super smart. But did you know that bears are also really important for nature? Bears help keep forests healthy, spread seeds, and even make sure rivers stay full of fish. Today, we'll meet all kinds of bears from around the world. Big ones, small ones, bears that love honey, and even bears that swim in icy water. We'll learn how they live, what they eat, and why they're so special. But did you know why it's not all fun and games for bears? Some bears are in trouble because their homes are disappearing, or because it's getting too warm where they live. We'll also talk about how we can help protect these amazing animals so they can keep doing their important jobs in nature. So let's put on our thinking caps and let's learn all about bears. By the end of this video, you'll learn so much about these incredible animals, and maybe even discover how you can become a bear hero. First, before we get started, please do me a quick favor. Like, share, and subscribe so you can watch more and become a genius. So, let's meet the bear family. Bears come in all shapes and sizes, but did you know that there are 8 different kinds of bears? Let's meet them. First up is the polar bear, the biggest bear in the world. Polar bears live in the Arctic, where it's super cold and snowy. But do you know how they survive the cold weather? They have thick fur to keep them warm and huge paws that help them walk on ice without slipping. Polar bears are great swimmers too. They can swim for hours to find food like seals. Next is the brown bear, which includes grizzly bears and Kodiak bears. Brown bears are strong and powerful. They live in forests, mountains, and even grassy fields. Some brown bears can weigh the same as any small car. Grizzly bears are famous for their big hump on their back. That's a muscle that helps them dig and climb. Then we have the American black bear, which is one of the most common bears in North America. Even though they're called black bears, they can be brown or even white. Black bears are great climbers and love eating berries and nuts. Now, let's travel to Asia to meet the Asiatic black bear, also called the moon bear because of the white crescent shape on its chest. These bears spend a lot of time in trees and love eating fruit. In India and Sri Lanka, we find the funny-looking sloth bear. These bears have long snouts and no front teeth, perfect for sucking up termites like a vacuum cleaner. They also love honey, just like Winnie the Pooh. Speaking of honey, let's meet the sun bear, the smallest bear in the world. Sun bears live in Southeast Asia's rainforests and have super long tongues up to 10 inches long to lick honey out of beehives. They also have short fur because it's really hot where they live. In South America, we find the spectacled bear, named for the white rings around its eyes that look like glasses, or spectacles. These shy bears live high up in the Andes Mountains and spend a lot of time climbing trees to eat fruit. And finally, there's everyone's favorite, the giant panda from China. Pandas are famous for their black and white fur and their love of bamboo. Did you know pandas eat up to 40 pounds of bamboo every day? That's like eating hundreds of sticks. Now, how do bears live? Bears are amazing survivors. Let's talk about how they live in different places around the world. Bears need big spaces to roam around because they're always looking for food. Some bears eat meat, like fish or seals, while others eat mostly plants like berries or bamboo. Most bears are omnivores, which means they eat both plants and animals. One cool thing about bears is that they hibernate during winter. Well, most of them do. Hibernation is like a super long nap that helps them save energy when it's cold outside and food is hard to find. During hibernation, a bear doesn't eat or drink at all. Their bodies slow down so they don't need as much energy. But did you know not all bears hibernate though? Polar bears stay active during winter because they need to hunt seals on the ice. Do you know why are bears so smart? Bears aren't just strong, they're also incredibly smart. In fact, scientists say that bears are some of the smartest animals in the world. They can solve problems, remember things for years, and even learn from watching others. Let's dive into what makes bears such brainy animals. First, let's talk about problem solving. Imagine you're a bear and you see a tasty snack hanging high up in a tree. What do? Well, some bears have been seen stacking rocks or logs to climb higher and reach their food, just like building a ladder. This shows that bears can think ahead and figure out how to solve tricky problems. In one experiment, scientists gave black bears special boxes with food inside. The boxes had locks on them, and the bears had to figure out how to open them. Guess what? The bears figured it out. They watched how the locks worked and used their paws and mouths to get them open. Some bears even learned by watching other bears do it first. That's called social learning, and it's something only really smart animals can do. Bears also have amazing memories. A grizzly bear can remember where it found food years ago and return to the same spot when the season is right. For example, if a bear finds a berry bush that's full of fruit one summer, it will remember exactly where that bush is and come back the next year when the berries are ready again. Cubs, baby bears, learn a lot from their moms. When they're little, they watch everything their mom does. If she digs for roots, they'll learn to dig too. If she climbs a tree to find honey, they'll try climbing trees as well. It's like going to school in the wild. Cubs stay with their moms for up to 3 years so they can learn all the skills they need to survive on their own. Bears are also great at adapting to new situations. For example, in places where humans live near bear habitats, some bears have learned how to open car doors or even raid coolers at campsites. While this might seem funny, it shows how clever bears are at figuring out how things work. But it's also a reminder that we need to be careful about keeping food secure so we don't accidentally attract bears. Did you know that some brown bears use tools? In the wild, brown bears have been seen using rocks to smash open nuts or shells. They've also been spotted flipping over big rocks in rivers to catch fish hiding underneath. It's like they have their own set of tools for getting food. Playtime is another way bears show their intelligence. Cubs love to wrestle with each other, chase leaves blowing in the wind, or even slide down snowy hills just for fun. But play isn't just about having a good time. It helps cubs build strength, practice hunting skills, and learn how to interact with other bears. Even adult bears enjoy playing sometimes. In zoos or sanctuaries, bears have been seen tossing balls or rolling tires around for fun. One Asiatic black bear was even observed throwing a ball against a wall over and over again, like playing catch with itself. Bears are also great communicators. They don't use words like we do, but they have lots of ways to share information with each other. For example, bears leave scent marks on trees by rubbing their backs or scratching the bark with their claws. This tells other bears who've been in the area. Mother bears use soft grunts or chuffing sounds to call their cubs. When two male bears meet during mating season, they might growl or roar at each other as a way of saying, "Stay away." Finally, let's talk about emotions. Bears might look tough on the outside, but they can feel emotions just like us. In sanctuaries where rescued bears live together, some have been seen forming close friendships, playing together, or even sharing food. If one bear loses its companion, it might act sad by being less active or eating less for a while. All of this shows that bears aren't just strong, they're also smart, curious, and full of personality. Their intelligence helps them survive in the wild and adapt to changing environments. It also makes them fascinating animals for scientists and all of us to study and admire. Have you wondered how bears help nature? Bears aren't just amazing animals, they're also nature's helpers. Even though they don't know it, bears play a really important role in keeping forests, rivers, and mountains healthy. Let's explore all the incredible ways bears help the environment. Did you know that bears are like gardeners for the forest? When they eat berries, fruits, or nuts, the seeds pass through their bodies and come out in their poop. This might sound a little gross, but it's actually super important. As bears roam around their habitats, they spread these seeds far and wide. New plants grow where the seeds land, helping forests stay lush and full of life. For example, black bears love to eat berries like blueberries, raspberries, and huckleberries. After they eat them, they walk miles through the forest, dropping seeds as they go. These seeds eventually grow into new berry bushes for other animals to enjoy. Without bears spreading seeds, some plants might not grow in as many places. In South America, spectacled bears do a similar job in the Andes Mountains. They eat fruits from trees high up in the mountains and spread the seeds to lower areas. This helps forests grow in places where they might not otherwise thrive. Now let's talk about grizzly bears and salmon. Grizzly bears are expert fishers. They catch salmon from rivers during spawning season. But here's where it gets interesting. Grizzlies don't eat every part of the fish. Sometimes they leave behind bits of salmon on riverbanks or drag them into nearby forests to eat later. These leftover fish parts might seem like trash, but they're actually treasure for the forest. The fish remains provide nutrients like nitrogen and phosphorus that help trees and plants grow bigger and stronger. Scientists have found that trees near rivers with lots of salmon grow up to 3 times faster than trees farther away. So in a way, grizzly bears are feeding the forest while feeding themselves. Even animals like foxes, eagles, and insects benefit from the leftovers that grizzlies leave behind. It's like a big feast for everyone in the ecosystem. Have you ever seen a bear digging? Bears dig for all kinds of reasons. They dig up roots to eat, flip over rocks to find bugs, or even make dens to sleep in during winter. But did you know that all this digging actually helps the soil? When bears dig into the ground, they mix up the soil layers. This helps air and water reach plant roots more easily, which makes plants grow better. It's kind of like when farmers plow their fields before planting crops, except bears are doing it naturally. Insects like beetles and worms also love when bears dig because it creates new homes for them to live in. So when a bear turns over soil looking for food, it's also helping tiny creatures survive. Did you know bears help keeping animal populations balanced too? Bears are predators too, which means they hunt other animals for food. This might sound scary at first, but predators like bears are really important for keeping nature balanced. For example, polar bears hunt seals on Arctic sea ice. If there were no polar bears around to hunt seals, there might be too many seals eating fish from the ocean. This could upset the balance of life in the Arctic waters. Grizzly bears sometimes hunt baby deer or elk. By doing this, they help keep deer and elk populations from getting too big. If there were too many deer or elk eating grass and plants, it could harm the entire ecosystem. Even though hunting is a natural part of life for bears, they only take what they need to survive. This helps ensure there's enough food for everyone, bears included. So, what would happen if bears vanished from our planet? Would forests still thrive? Would rivers stay full of fish? And what would it mean for us humans if these incredible animals were gone forever? Let's explore the challenges bears face and how we can help ensure they continue to thrive in their natural habitats. Even though bears are strong and smart, they face big challenges in today's world. Many bears are losing their homes because forests are being cut down to make room for houses or farms. This is called habitat loss, and it's a big problem for bears and many other animals. Climate change is also making life hard for bears, especially polar bears. The ice where polar bears hunt for seals is melting faster than ever before. Imagine if your favorite playground was slowly disappearing. That's what's happening to polar bears' homes on the ice. Some bears are also in danger because of conflicts with humans. As we build more houses and roads in bear country, bears sometimes come into towns looking for food. This can be scary for both people and bears, and it often ends badly for the bears. But there's hope. People all over the world are working hard to help bears. Here are some of the cool things being done currently. Bear-proof trash cans. Special garbage cans that bears can't open are being used in many places. This keeps bears from eating human food and getting into trouble. Wildlife crossings. Some roads now have special bridges or tunnels that help bears and other animals cross safely. Protected areas. Governments are setting aside large areas of land where bears can live without being bothered by humans. Education programs. People are learning how to live safely with bears. For example, the Bearwise program teaches people in bear country how to keep their homes and campsites bear safe. Research. Scientists are studying bears to learn more about them and how to protect them better. You can help too. You can learn about bears and share what you know with your friends and family. You can also help by not littering and by reminding grown-ups to be careful with trash when camping or hiking in bear country. From the Arctic tundra to the bamboo forests of China, these magnificent animals remind us of the beauty and resilience of nature. I hope you learned a lot about bears today. Please like, share, and subscribe. Thanks for joining us on this incredible journey into the world of bears.